taken every risk.
May I please the court?
Yes, sir.
You don't always get liable for your actions. You may also get liable for your inactions, which means your lack of actions. I just want to give you a very brief introduction about the legal issues involved in this case, the law in this case. It all evolves around two words. The first word is awareness of risk, and the second word is disregard. Those two words constitute the definition of recklessness. And recklessness is basically being aware of an substantial and unjustifiable risk and willfully disregarding that risk. But that risk has to be very great in nature, that disregarding it would be a gross deviation from what an ordinary person would do under given circumstances. Now, how would this apply to our case? It applies because there was a risk that the defendant in this case disregarded. And the risk that we have here was for Tinky, her little boy. Her little boy was drunk, and because of his intoxication, he was very sick, suffering from prolonged seizures. Was she aware of that? There is no dispute that she was aware of that, because the witnesses have already testified and indicated that she was aware of that, because that's a proven fact. Now, did she willfully disregard that? Yes, she did. And the evidence that I have for you is the word 14 hours. If your kid is sick for 14 hours and you chose not to call the police or call the ambulance or take him to the hospital, do you think that's a proper action to take? She disregarded the status of her child for 14 hours. And because of her awareness and her disregard, she's going to be found liable for injury to her child by omission. And omission means lack of action. So the action that she should have taken is simply calling the ambulance or taking him to the doctor, giving him immediate medical attention, but she chose not to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, we have no dispute today that the mother, Miss Griffin, assumed the responsibilities of taking care of food and shelter and protection and also medical aspects of her child. But assuming that she took that role and she disregarded that role, we are sure and positive that she should be found guilty today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.